Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for always stopping by, liking, commenting and subscribing. For the new ones, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Feel free to tell us what you want on the comment section and stay tuned on Joda and Atka today's episode. Stay tuned. Rukaya comes to Salim and thinks that Jalal can be with you, but your son won't be with you ever. Salim is acting like a king and all kids are acting people in the court. Haida says, King, I have one question. Is IQ more big or cow? Salim says, good question. But why would I give tension to myself? Bible will answer it. Murad acts like Bible and says, IQ is more big. Haida says, what proof do you have? Murad says, I am Bible, so I am always right. Haida says, this is not right. You have to answer me. Bible in real comes there and asks Murad and Haida to not fight. He says Murad is right. IQ is more big than cow. Cow gives milk for one family only, but IQ, kings serve the whole nation. So IQ is more big. Salim says, I agree. Haida says this is wrong. He is king, so he can say anything. Bible says, being king, his duty is not to solve these questions, but serve nations. Joda is in her tent. Jalal comes there. Zakira is making her ready. Her hairs are open. Zakira says, you are looking very beautiful, Joda. Jalal will go crazy. Maybe he will offer to marry you again. Zakira finds Jalal there and lives there. Joda asks Jalal, why are you seeing me like this? Jalal comes to Joda and says, today I am feeling like marrying you again. Joda says, it's not good to listen to other people's talk like this. Jalal says, I am just praising my wife. Seriously, seeing you today, I remember old days. Flashback shows how Jalal saw Joda first time, then how they went to boat's journey, then their consummation scene. Joda says, I remember each moment spent with you. They are like precious pearls in my heart. Sharifuddin with his men is coming near Joda's tent. He says to his men that they should distract soldiers of Jalal. Then I will enter Joda's tent. Jalal and Joda are sitting on the bed. Jalal says, I still remember how you threw arrows on me. Joda says, you are still taunting me for that. You didn't change at all. Jalal says, this your anger makes me love you more. Joda says, you have brought me here to make me angry. Jalal holds his ears and says, sorry. Joda smiles and says, okay, I forgive you. Sharifuddin's men starts fighting with soldiers. Jalal hears some noise. Sharifuddin's men starts bikering with one village person. Jalal goes out of tent to see what's happening. He asks soldiers to tell man to solve their matter. Jalal comes in tent again. Sharifuddin is hiding behind bushes. He thinks that once Jalal gets trapped in my plan, then I will execute my plan. Soldier comes to Jalal and tells him that the one who we're fighting have been brought to a man's tent. Jalal says, okay, I'm coming. Jalal comes out of tent. The fighting people are in tent. Jalal comes there and asks, why are you fighting? One person says, I will tell you the matter. I left my cow with this man, but when I returned, my cow was missing. When I asked this man, he said that my cow died because of ill health. Sharifuddin sees them and says, my men are doing their work. They have involved Jalal in their talk. Now I will do my work. Sharifuddin quietly comes in Joda's tent. Joda is sleeping. Sharifuddin says, after many days, I am able to see you. Soon, you will soon be mine only. He wakes up Joda. Joda sees him and shouts. Jalal hears the shout and runs towards tent. Sharifuddin tries to hold Joda, but Joda throws him away. Sharifuddin runs from there. Jalal comes in. Joda tells him that Sharifuddin came here. Jalal says, what? That characterless man came here? He asks man to run behind him. Man comes in jungle and finds Sharifuddin running on horse, but man catches him and takes him from there. Man brings Sharifuddin to Jalal and says, your criminal is here. Jalal angrily looks at Sharifuddin. Sharifuddin says, forgive me. Jalal says, salute to your gods. You casted wrong eye on my wife. You hurt my sister. You tried to kill my son. Now I will kill you. Jalal raises his sword to kill him. But Joda stops him and says, remember that he is father of Metab. Jalal says, you're right. Metab and Bakshi will punish him. He orders to arrest Sharifuddin. Sharifuddin is taken from there. Bakshi says to Hamida that what if Sharifuddin tries to kill Metab again? Hamida says he's been caught now. Now he can't touch you both. You have to punish him now. Bakshi says, I can't move forward to see his face. Hamida says, you have to be strong. You are that wife who is being abused. You are that mother whose daughter was attacked by her father only. Your brother and mother are with you. Now, a woman who has who was abused by him will punish him. Forget that he is your husband. He is culprit for you and Metab. Now, you have to set example by punishing him. Sharifuddin is being presented in court. He looks at Joda and family. Jalal says, the person who is lying on ground is a betrayer. He always betrayed me. He tried to kill my son too. I feel like killing him, but Joda stopped me and made me recall that he is my sister's husband and criminal too. So today, she will punish him. He calls Bakshi. Bakshi is tensed, but comes in front of Sharifuddin. Jalal asks Bakshi to punish him. Sharifuddin says, Bakshi, forgive me. I am your husband. I am Metab's father. I want to see her. I want to do Metab's upbringing. Please forgive me. Bakshi recalls how Sharifuddin tried to kill Metab. She slaps Sharifuddin hard. Sharifuddin is stunned. Bakshi says, who is your daughter? Who is your wife? You were dead to me that day when you raised your hand on me. And for Metab, her father died when you tried to kill her. We all forgive you time to time, but you never changed. You are only a betrayer for me, and it's better to be widowed than to be a wife of a betrayer. She says, Jalal, you are good at justice, so you give punishment to him. Sharifuddin says, please pardon me. Jalal says, I know you and your father very well. I want to kill you, but justice says that eye for eye and blood for blood. I won't kill you. The much you gave pain to my sister, I will give you that pain. You will ask for your death, but you won't be given it. Jalal orders to send Sharifuddin to hell of his jail and send his father in cell of jail where son can't be seen. Sharifuddin is taken from there. Bakshi hugs Joda and cries. Joda says not to. Joda comes to Salim and says, I have brought something for you. Salim says, I have to go. Joda says, spend some time with me too. She stops him and says, your birthday is coming, so I have brought some gift for you. She shows him a dagger. Salim likes it, but then looks at Joda and says, I don't like it. He starts leaving, but Joda stops him and asks, what is my fault? You don't talk to me. I try to be close to you, but you go away from me. Do you think that I don't love you? Salim says, you don't love me. If you loved me, then you would have not complained me to Jalal. Joda says, I didn't complain about you to Jalal. I love you more than anything. I am lifeless without you. How can you even think about that? I don't love you. Please forgive me. She begs in front of him. She hugs Salim. Salim thinks. He hugs Joda back and cries. Joda is happy. Joda blesses Salim and says, I love you the most. Salim smiles and asks, can I go now? She nods. He leaves. Salim comes to Rukaya. He is happy. He says, show me gifts of my birthday. Rukaya says, no, your birthday is tomorrow, so I will show tomorrow only. Salim says, okay, but I know you must have brought the best gift for me. Rukia says, I know you will like my gift the most. Salim says, no, I liked Joda's gift a lot. Rukia says, did she show you her gift already? He says, yes. You know, Joda is not that bad. She didn't complain to Jalal about me. Rukia says, then, who did that? Salim says, Joda didn't tell me that. You know, Jalal loves me too. I hit Jalal my ball, but he didn't scold me. Instead, he showed love to me and also played with me. He leaves from there. Rukaya thinks that this is not right. Jalal and Joda are trying to get Salim back, but I won't let that happen. Joda comes to Jalal and says, I am very much happy. Jalal asks for what? Joda says, Salim hugged me today and talked nicely with me. Jalal smiles. Joda says, you were smiling seeing someone in the garden. Jalal says, yes, the one who loves me a lot. Joda sees and finds Salim practicing in garden. Jalal says, Salim loves us a lot. Joda says, Rahim told me that you played with Salim yesterday. Jalal says, you're right. Love can be attained by giving love only. Yesterday, I showed love to Salim instead of scolding him for me hitting me. Otherwise, he would have gone away from me. Tomorrow is Salim's birthday. I want him to be happy. He was away from us for many days, but not now. I won't give him any reason to be away from me. So, I will make his birthday a grand celebration. Joda says, I will make dress for Salim. It will enrich in pearls. Jalal says, if you need any help, then call any servant. Joda smiles and hugs Jalal. Joda says, now everything is becoming fine. I won't let any problem come in Salim's life now. Jalal says, I hope so too. Jalal comes to Man and asks, why did you call me? Man tells Jalal that Sharifuddin ran away from soldiers' clutches, but our soldiers are trying to catch him. Jalal says, no need. Let him run. Let him run so much that he gets tired of it and die. I don't want any problem in Salim's birthday. Jalal and Salim offer prayers. Hamida comes there and wishes him birthday. Salim asks his gift. Hamida gives Salim his gift. Rukaya comes there and says, you have many more gifts to collect. She gives him precious necklace as gift. Then Joda gifts Salim too. Ruqayyah is jealous. Jalal comes and says, I have brought a gift for my son too. Jalal gifts Salim a small sword. Jalal says, I pray that you become a great warrior. Salim likes the sword. Hamida says, we have to prepare for many things. Salim sits in one side of weighing scale, and on the other side, Joda puts gold to measure his weight. Weighing scale moves. Jalal says, distribute this gold to poor people. Murad wishes Salim a happy birthday. Daniel gives Salim ladus. Murad gives him archery kits. Salim says thanks and hugs them. Haida says, I will become hers and will make you sit on my back. Salim asks Kutub to show what he has brought. Kutub shows him its wooden elephant. Kutub says, I have made it with my hands, but it's not much expensive. Salim says not to worry. This gift is most precious to me. Joda says to Jalal that I want to take Salim to Kalima Manda. Jalal says, why not? I will ask Rahim to prepare for it. Joda says we will return soon. Jalal calls Salim and asks him to go to Mandia with Joda. Salim and Joda comes to Mandia. Joda presents some clothes to Kalimar. Salim says, I am afraid of this Bagwan. Joda says she's not bad. She is bad for bad people only, but she is very nice with good people. You don't need to be afraid. Just pray to her with pure heart. Salim feels suffocated there. Puja starts. Joda gets involved in Puja. Salim silently leaves from there. Salim comes to some isolated place in Mandia. Soldiers are behind him protecting him, but some goons attack soldiers and kidnap Salim. They take Salim and run away from there. Soldiers come to Joda and tells her that Salim. Joda asks what happened to Salim. She comes to isolated place. Soldiers tell her that they came in disguise of beggars and took Salim with them and ran away. Joda shouts, Salim! Jalal says to wives that I have prepared for Jasin. Salim likes Tansin's voice, so he will perform. He says to Ruqayyah that you are Salim's favorite, so you will make food for him. Ruqayyah says, why not? I have ordered to make Salim's favorite, but nothing is your favorite. Jalal smiles. Salim is brought to some place. One man looks at Salim. He asks his men to send letter to Jalal that his son is in our custody. Asks him to free Sharifuddin's father, otherwise Salim will not be saved. Salim thinks that Jalal will come and save me. Till then, I have to be calm and be strong and wait for Jalal to come. Wow, guys, Sharifuddin is really pulling weight. So let's stay tuned and wait for the next episode to drop. So please, while we're waiting, subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified on when I upload the next episode. Don't forget to like and comment. Bye.